What's going on, Riverside? This is Mr. Bajorek. Today, I am going to show you how to use Photopea to remove backgrounds that are not green screens. So, Mr. Tom Brady here is on a football field. I'm going to show you how to remove the background and put him in anywhere you'd like. To do this, we're going to be using a polygonal lasso. That's the new thing. That's why it's red, to select the subject. We're going to use the Refine Edge tool to more accurately select the subject. We've done that before. We're going to adjust the border on the Refine Edge tool if it's necessary, and it will be. And we're going to add a high resolution background. Before we start, there's going to be 4 pictures that you're going to do. At the start of this video, I am going to do Billie Eilish and a puppy image. These ones you need to watch. If you want to test yourself and do Tom Brady and the lady in yellow without following the instructions, that's fine. But you do need to watch these 2 in order to fully understand what I'm going to ask you to be capable of doing. All right, so let's start with Billie Eilish. Clearly, here we do not have a green screen situation. She's on red, completely red on red, and so much red. If I just started grabbing the background and stuff, it would end up getting messy. So we're going to use a new tool over here called the Lasso Select, which is what you're going to have first. We want the Polygonal Lasso Select. That right there. Now, what this does is it lets you select by creating a polygon, and it joins it all together. Right now I have that thing selected. Please don't do that. I'm just showing you how the tool works. What we're actually going to do with the polygonal lasso is we're going to draw around Billie Eilish. Now we want to be as accurate as we can without going overboard and taking too many clicks. I'm clicking along the edge where between her and the background as close as I can. You don't have to be ultra accurate, but the more clicks you do that are in good spots, the better it's going to be. So I'm clicking throughout. Each time you see the red circle pop up, that means I clicked. She's a little cut off on the top there, and that's okay. I'm just going to click around through the image. It'll take a little bit of time, but not too much time, maybe about a minute. Almost there. When we get to the bottom here, all you have to do is move over to your original point, click on it, and it will select Billie Eilish. Right now, she is selected, so there's no need to select the inverse. We didn't select the background and then switch it. She is selected. We are now ready to refine our edge. So when you click the Refine Edge tool, I see a lot of people in class not using these tools. You definitely want to use the white and the black tool to see if there's anything goofy happening with your edges. This is already pretty good, but just like we needed to do with the hair, there's some detail lost. This brush is much too large, and if we start coloring with this, you'll see she starts disappearing like that. This is why we don't want to use a huge edge brush. I'm going to Control Z and undo that. All right, I'm going to shrink my brush down to it's a more manageable size, something around this big. And I can see that there's some, like, I don't know, threads and such in this area. So I'm going to kind of refine that edge right there. There's some over here. Want to get that detail out of there. And I'm just looking around the outside for anything that is really, really poor. This looks pretty good overall. Let's check it on black and see if there's anything that looks funky with the black. I think this is probably acceptable. Let's go ahead and select OK. Then we can go ahead and put a background in. Just a refresher of finding backgrounds. You want to go to Google, and in Google, search for whatever you want. Maybe we want to put her at the beach. Okay, so I'm going to search up beach. Click on images. Make sure you select tools in size and large, and that will get you large images. I'll take this one right here. That's a little small. I'll go with this one. I'll copy the image and head over to the Billie Eilish. Put a layer down there and paste. If it's a little small or a little big, we resize it to fit. Now, I don't know why I chose the beach. That's really a terrible picture with how covered, and looks like she's in a freezing cold area, like she's cold. But anyway, there you go. There's your background. All right. Moving on to the puppy. Now, the puppy is going to be a little bit more challenging because of how fuzzy and furry he is around the edge, but it's going to be very similar in how we start. We're going to get the polygonal lasso select, and I'm going to start clicking around the outside, the edge between him and the background. The more times I click, the better the shape will be and the easier my refine edge job will be, the better results that I will get. So I'm clicking around the outside, getting to the bottom. He's easier to do than the Billie Eilish one. Now we have the puppy selected. Now I'll click refine edge. As you can see, the puppy looks a little terrible. The black is showing him the best, but this does not look right at all. I'm going to show you a trick over here with the border. The border is this area that's put in between the background and what I selected automatically. I can make that border larger, and as I increase this, the more it goes. Now, if I go too far and make it humongous, it's going to end up making half the dog look be gone. Some of the background show up. You want to do just enough. So I think around 9 looks pretty good. I'm also going to use my brush tool to find areas where maybe I didn't get enough of the fur. So like right here, and you can see I got that detail. I clearly don't have this fur down here, so I'm going to add this in there. Maybe give it a little right here. Some by his ear. Your results might be a little different because you selected it with your polygon and I selected with mine. So somewhere around right there is good. Now, do some more right there. There we go, looking pretty good. Let's check them on the white background. That's brighter. I'm not really noticing anything there. That looks decent to me. Let's click OK. I'm going to go grab a background. All right, so I went and swiped background. I'm going to put my layer here and paste my background in there. I thought he deserved to be at the dog park with some other dogs. I don't really like how that's fitting, so I'm going to zoom out. You can see how much larger my picture is and put some grass there for. There he is. There he's playing with his friends. Yay. Okay, so there's our puppy. Now, if you wanted to stop at this point and do Tom Brady and the lady in yellow without any instruction, it is the same process. I'm going to continue the video for those of you that would rather go step by step along with me. It's up to you at this point. So let's head over to the lady in yellow first. Same process. We're going to get the polygonal lasso. I like to start in the bottom here, and I'm just going to click around the edge, trying to follow the general outline of her shirt and her shoulder between her and the background. The more accurate clicks I get, the better. If you mess up, you might have to start the selection over, as long as you don't go too far off. Didn't do too great on her head there, but that's okay. We'll do okay. Down her side here, and then across the bottom, and close our polygon. Let's click Refine Edge. She looks pretty good on the white. Let's see how it looks on the black. I'm not really seeing any issues at all. I'm pretty happy overall with what she did. I'm going to expand the border just by a little bit, double it up a bit. I think I'm okay. I'm going to click OK. You don't see anything strange showing up. And then I'll go grab a background. All right, I've got my background selected. I'll add the layer, go below her, and paste that here. And there we go. That's good enough for me. I think we did all right. And then the last one, Mr. Tom Brady. So again, let's get our polygonal lasso. We'll select around Tom Brady. Go around the outside. Just give Photopea a general idea of where he is. Close our selection. You can see I got a little bit off right there. I'll have to watch that when I refine the edge. Let's put on our colors. Yeah, he looks a little bad right there. I can fix that. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to put a new edge there with a smaller brush. This is where I want the edge. Let's see how that makes it a little bit better, but it kind of makes it a little bit too much right around here his cheek. So I'm going to put on the white brush, which will tell me that this, don't take this part away. This is what I want to keep. And you'll see it improves the edge a bit right there. Again, this is not a perfect process, but it does do a pretty good job. Let's go ahead and zoom back out and see how the rest of it is. This one shows up best on white. Looks like I probably need to do a little bit of hair. Oh, I have white on. That's bad. Control Z if you make a mistake. I need to put on the gray. The gray is the edge. Just like we did with green screens, the hair might need a little bit of a thicker edge. That should work. Take off some of this. It went too far. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. His shoulder pad might be need a little bit right here on his shoulder pad. That should work. Click OK. I'll go grab a. All right, I got my background. And we'll paste it. Nothing says Tom Brady like a hockey rink, right? I'm kidding. There we go. All right. That's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. Save Google Drive, or I'm sorry, just export these as JPEGs as you finish. There's no saving Google Drive. You're good to go. Have fun. See you tomorrow.